Oh, let me get myself all gussied up. Hello, everyone. I've been running around. I thought I lost my vape somewhere, and I'm at my last place looking for my vape, and it's between my car thing. I could barely see this, and I'm like, really? It's like, God bless America. I was just like going, well, I'm going to have to get another one of them suckers. So I wanted to look first. It was because it slid in between my car, like the in between spaces in your vehicle. It's like, oh, that sucks. So hello everyone. How are we doing? Today we are talking about meditation. Meditation, I have been known, um, it has helped me hire people when I was in a position to hire. Hi, how are you? We're talking about meditation. Please put a thumbs up. I have two people down below. I have a lot of people I like to, meditate to, but I got two of the top ones I like down below. You could check them out. I'd be appreciative. And Healing and Beyond is good. And then you also have, they're all out in nature in most cases. So what happened was I lost my vape for like, it was in my car and I didn't know it. I'm driving everyone. Hey, have you seen? Okay. And I go to these places. It's in that in between space, where you can barely see like the little bit of pinky in here. I'm like, really? It's like, so anyway, I looked like an idiot for about 5 minutes. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. So anyhow, I'm I'm ecstatic. Just living and enjoying life. I went and bought some mint. Mint is really good for your cats. Also, you can buy fresh catnip, and this is what I suggest for our owner who wants to not have to keep buying between $5 to $10 for catnip. What you do is, after a while, they will get old, and you have to have two. One is about a week apart, and you can give your cat fresh catnip because they do renew itself. You just got to learn how to deal with that. But yeah, I used to have fresh catnip for one of my cats. They just would get sick all over. But a good plant is mint. My grandmother had it all over. So we're talking about meditation. There's two down below, you know, and they're good people. I don't know them personally. I just use, that's what I use. Now I use more than two, but I do like using, those are my top two. And then I have other meditationers. So the next time I talk about meditation will be two other people. I like to give everybody, a little, hey, I deal with this. Okay, so my dad told me when he hired people, when he was working at Chrysler. Now, it's not just for security to have a picture taken, but a lot of times my dad would use those pictures to meditate, not to pray for them, to find out what kind of person they were. He would take home the files, meditate. I knew that because that's what he told me what he was doing. He said that it covers his ass. I'm like, really? Thinking, you got to be joking. He believed it because he said one time he didn't. He got pretty burned. He said, I hired somebody that just didn't work out. I really believed the person that was telling me about who I hired. And so, hey, how are you? We're talking about meditation. Feel free. This talk on meditation this time are these two. Next time I talk about them, I'll have two different ones. I want to just spread it out and get everyone get a taste of different meditational forms. I believe that it helps you out. I've been meditating a whole lot more and I feel a whole lot better. Today, I was told by my son that I seem to be scatterbrained and stuff. And I go, what? Because I lost this in my car. Like, how many times have you lost something on your side part, where there's just like this much, enough for this sugar to go right down in. And the only reason why I found it now, mind you, this is a pretty bright color and my carpet's black. The only thing I could see is this. And I'm looking, I go, "What? That looks like a string." So get something to pull it up. There it is. I've been driving all over looking for the motherfucker. And here it is. My son's going, "Oh, you're just losing your mind." That's what daddy and me say. Your daddy is my ex. So let's just be honest with that. How many exes go, "Yeah, she's real smart." And they're going to say shit about you. All exes. It's a rarity not to hear an ex go, "Oh, yeah, she's a great catch. Yep. Spend all my money. Great catch." If you can catch her. But yeah, my son sees me as scatterbrained, and I'm like, really? That's just lovely. Yeah, you just listen to daddy. So I walked in and I told my son it was in my car the whole time. He said, "Don't they have like little beeper things where you can, they should by this time," he was saying, "that you should have it. They should have a deluxe model connected to your phone. All right, beep, 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 beep." Oh, there it is again. Because most of the time I'm looking for my phone. You know where it's at? I had stopped and my phone would either slip on the other side where they had the little thing. One time I'm sitting there going, I bet you it's right here. The motherfucker, because, yep, sure enough, all the time I lose my phone. It was in my car. So I got to look at the things where you can buy them so they don't get caught on there. Yeah, you can buy them. So let's meditate. Let's start a meditation. We got a couple people and we're going to ground ourselves. And I'm going to be honest, my dad did all his hiring. He said the best hiring was never on the spot. He said, believe it or not, when you're excited, you do not see a lot of cues that when you're the excitement kind of like settles. And he says, the reality settles in. Who did I freaking hire? So he said, never do it on an excitement. Say, just come in. You can just talk to me. We can talk it. Because my dad did that once. Once. He said, boy, did I pay real good. It was his friend, and it was his friend's daughter. So it made it even worse. It was like, how is she doing? And my dad would be honest. This is what's going on. What do I do? Yeah. So, okay. We're going to ground ourselves now, and we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to imagine our head emptying into the soil and going like roots way down deep. It's emptying from your head, your shoulder, neck, shoulders, upper chest, lower chest, legs. Oh, and arms, legs. And it's down deep, deep into the Mother Earth, going to pull up that gold yellow honey. And it's going to be sucked into our feet, our lower legs, our upper legs, our lower chest, our upper chest, our arms, our neck, and our head. We're going to spew it out, and give out our love. We're going to give that out. We're going to give out our love, unconditional, even to our enemies, even to people who are saying stuff that we're crazy and whatnot. We'll give it to them. They need that love. We're going to take back what we need. Boom. And then we are grounded. All right. So yeah, I pretty well, you know. I'm doing great. I can't complain. No one listens. So even if someone calls you crazy, send them love. Shoot, I got my ex around the corner. Boy, if that isn't like perpetual hell, okay? Let's just be honest. I don't believe in hell. I'm living it now. I want to make it heaven. I'm tired of the hell. The hell's done. I'm tired of being the nice one in hell. Okay? I'm no longer. I want to get out and move on. My wings want to move on from hell. That's it. So I'm working hard and I'm doing stuff to better myself. And I am proud of myself. I don't give a fuck what all you all think. You can be proud of me or not. I know where I stand. No, I'm not the richest woman in the world, but boy, God, you if you hang out with me, I'll guarantee you better keep using the bathroom because you'll piss yourself one or two times. I can guarantee you that. So let's light up a joint and talk about meditation. Behind me, I love having fresh flowers, as in plants. I really don't like dead flowers. I like going to Home Depot or even I bought my other plants over at Tractor Supply. And I thought to myself that I would give Home Depot a little money. And they got a whole thing of basil, real big. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be buying some stuff there. And it's really nice. I got some mint behind me. Mint is a wonderful thing. Not only does it grow quite wild if you don't keep it contained, my grandmother had mint on the side of her house. I'm trying to remember what side because it was on the side. Okay, my grandfather put, okay, it was on a certain side. My grandma said that it had to be. She had mother in law's tongue planted by her door because it was nice and cool and it didn't get quite sunny. Nothing would grow there. And she said the only thing she could figure out, because she belonged to the garden club, that mother in law's tongue would be great. And I said, that's kind of odd. She never had anything like that before. I knew what she was doing. And I said, isn't it also another thing that it's good luck? She goes, yeah, it also keeps people from yapping about you. So it looks like I'm going to be buying some mother in law's tongue next. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be buying that. Those things get pretty big, and they're not the prettiest ones in the group of flowering plants, or it's not really flowering, just a plant. It looks like a tongue, big or long one. It's green. So, yeah, I'm truly can say that. I found a plant I really like. It's like 40 bucks. It's a plant that's weaved in and it's in the water. Oh, what's it called? Shit. Well, anyway, I'll think of it later. But it really looked cool. I couldn't afford that. But I was happy with what I had. You got to be happy. Thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you have suggestions for a meditational, like on YouTube or somewhere else, I'll even try it. I've been known to try different meditations. Meditation is great. I knew friends of mine who never made, not friends, it would be my dad's coworkers. They would buy a car and get really fucking good deals. They would go to the dealership. They would tell them, enough about how they would work everything, and they'd go meditate on it. Should they go somewhere else? Would this be good? Yeah. I don't know how they did it and how, but they would talk about it. And it was like, wow, this is back in the 80s where meditation was just getting started talking. I've been doing meditation since the 70s. So It was a lot different. When I learned, there was this guy in Colton. I don't know if he was a guru, but he would do these meditational classes. My mom would drop me off there and she would do her gallivanting, more or less errand running. Come back 3 hours later and I'd be meditating with this guy, and it would just be like, their kids were meditating, and you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. I could have done the yoga too, but I never did. I learned more. I wanted to learn more for meditation because it did help me out. I was a terror as a child. I I I always wished when I had my daughter, when I had my son and daughter, I was like, oh please, I just don't want them to be like me, and they didn't. It was great. Yeah, they're. I mean, having your son say that you're not, you forget stuff. I go, I had my vape with me. It went in between the car thing. It's not my fault. How many people, including yourself, you go somewhere, you either put your keys or you put your something and it's in between the thing, you drive all over, and then the last place or second to the last, you go to look, you're like, motherfucking, I left the G, man. And you feel about this big because you look there before you swear you look there. You swear you motherfucking look there. And the only thing I could see through there, and this is just look how bright this is. I got a black, the way it was hooked underneath the seat, you couldn't see this. The only thing I could see is this, just a little bit of this. That's it. I said, it's not stupidity or being scatterbrained, Devin. It's having something hidden from you and you fucking can't find it. Seeing only this much and having a good eyeball. Thank God. My birthday's coming up. So I'm excited. If you want to send me birthday wishes, I'll put a thing out there on the post and make some videos and stuff. So, and I will be working on my birthday. It doesn't matter. Hopefully, I got to do some other stuff with the StreamYard. Yeah, I'm pretty broke, but I paid off one bill. I got to tell my storage unit because I got to pay last month and this month. So I'm just like, I'm just so tired of being broke. So hopefully my tax money comes soon so I could just break even. But I don't own dollar loan no more. I told the girls I love talking to them. They're great. But that was it for now. Let's light up a joint. This is, I believe it's called Girl Scout cookies. What's it called? Oh, crud. Oh, let me get the thing. It's Girl Scout cookies. Woohoo! And this is a really good one, too. I got this over at the Grove. They're good. They got a lot of good deals. Check them out. I check both of them out that are here. There are two here. I'm Pharisees. I do business with both of them. I love to smoke my weed. I like to mix it up. I do. Because if you smoke too much of a strain, you'll get used to it and your body will get used to it. But if you kind of buy a different one and you mix it with it, you get a lot of different things. This is a real good, smooth. I put keef in it too. Oh, I'm hitting the keef. Ooh, boy. This is amazing. Go to the Grove and they fix you up good. I enjoy it. So, yeah. When you meditate, it helps. Also, if you are hyperventilating, do jumping jacks. Oh yeah, it's a whole lot better. It's just weird. I seen that on a show one time, and I'm like, not a show, it was on cops. They made a police officer had um, discharged his weapon, and he didn't know if he killed him or not, and they made him do jumping jacks because he was hyperventilating. I like to watch those shows. Get the bad guys, you know? Have you seen the shows for here in Pahrump? You know, the cop shows? Oh, yeah. Oh, they always have entertainment here. There's always one idiot. And this morning, apparently, we must have targets on our electric poles because 5 o'clock this morning, the power went bloop. Somebody hit a power pole. So we are all here talking about meditation. Down below is two of I watch more than these two nice people that have down below for meditation. But every time I do talk about meditation, there'll be two different other people to give everyone an idea. I have an open mind for all my meditation. I love meditation. It brings me up and makes me feel good when I feel bad. When music doesn't do it, and I don't want to eat myself to death, and I just want to upgrade my soul, it's good to meditate. Big decisions. We're not just talking about saying yes to somebody. We're talking about decisions when you hire someone, decisions when you bring someone into your inner sanctum. Oh, John. Hi. Hey, John. Oh, let me get this. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Meditation is good. It took me a while to get online because I was putting all the information. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't put the two things in there. So I had to go back and do it was a pain, but yeah, I'm glad you like it. I love meditation. I've been meditating for a long time. Yeah. I was one of those kids that people really, yeah. I sized you up in 2 minutes, is what my dad would say. I knew my dad would go, we might be here a little bit early. We see my daughter, my dad, yeah, boy, they're going to be easy. Yeah, it's so good to have welcome chat over here. So if you have a big decision to make, always meditate. Just meditate. Give it 24 hours. 24 hours. Because a lot of times we make these decisions and we regret them. Well, I got one living down the hall. So, hey, we could talk about regret a lot. Really. And that's how I feel. I got it down the hall. But look at what I got behind me. Look at Bobby. Did you bring your blanket with you? See, I got to show you this because I didn't have power for a couple hours. And it happens a lot here on this side of Pahrump. So, different colors, green, blue, light blue, purple, and then I keep that here and already charged because I live in a dark hole. So the first thing I did, I already had my phone charged, so I was cool. I went and got this so I can have light on the bed, so my cat wouldn't be or myself would be stuck in a dark room. I have sanitizer stuff, so when you can't wash your hands with the sink, you can use that. I went back to bed and said, hell with it. That's what I did. I said, I have nowhere to go. Yeah, I'm going back to bed. And that's what I did. Did I regret it? Nah. My son said that his dad was bitching that he needed to take a shower before going to his doctor's appointment. I'm like, Oh gosh, if I had a doctor's appointment early in the morning, well, yeah, I could see his point, but yeah. Usually if I have an early morning doctor's appointment, I try to get all my bathing done so I don't have to mess with that. So all I do is just throw myself together. I'm lazy. I try to take the easy way. So he had to redo his appointment. He was all mad. And Devin's like, God dang, another person hit an electric pole. And I'm thinking, well, maybe they just got, targets on there. We just don't know. We just don't see those targets. So I'm really happy. For me, it didn't bother me. I got a notice on my phone that there was that, and I didn't pay my cell phone bill. Well, I did my taxes, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried. I'm just sitting there going, okay, let's get this. Hi, Jimmy Crab Legs. How you doing? We're talking about meditation. Do you meditate? Yeah, you meditate. Ah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I am. I'm yeah, I already paid off. I just paid off my dollar loan. I paid off my backpack. I got to get caught up on my cell phone. I'm good. I'm not going to worry about it. Trust me. I did my income tax. I'm just waiting on that. I did that electronically, so it's fucking easy. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing okay. I'm not worried about it. Yep. I'm still getting my paper checks. I'm good. So I'm hoping I'm not worried about it. I'm just like I know things will happen. Things are happening for a reason. So yeah. So yippers. So I'm gonna message the lady for my storage because I gotta get that next. Yeah, my ex wants the money for the electric from last month. So yeah. Chicka bow wow. Boy, this is really good. Mm-mm. The flavors really, it does taste like a good, like they call Girl Scout. It's got that flavor and stuff. Yeah, I'm still getting my checks. I've been working hard. So anyway, yeah, when you meditate, it helps. It really does. You go in a different, now I know there's a lot of people, and that's where I talk about, I brought this on before, but it's just gives you an idea. Wake, bake, and meditate. We'll talk about this later because I want to try some stuff in there before I bring it back on. It gives you an idea. Some people have a hard time focusing when you do meditation. When I smoke weed, I stare at things and I freak people out. So I've learned to bring my cell phone. Usually I have, here's my stand. I could fold my cell phone like this. I got two stands. Take your cell phone stand, is what I do. And I watch kitten videos. They never it never hurts, and it makes you look like you're not a weirdo staring at somebody somewhere, and you go, fuck, I better just keep staring at yeah. So if you meditate and have a hard time focusing, you might want to smoke some weed. But make sure, do it. I always would say start at where it's a 15 and a sativa. It's not going to put you in the couch, and you can still get stuff done, and you'll have an enjoyable high. You'll get giggly. You'll make fun of people and yourself. You'll become either a comedian that people love or a comedian that you just want. Yeah. So it's all good, and it really is. It's all good. And then you can go up to a higher one. I'm using this is Girl Scouts. It's a hybrid, and it says that in front. It says hybrid. Yeah, I did. I need to do my nails. And those are good smooth ones. That means it's not going to put you to sleep. If you want to be put to sleep, you want, of course, indica. And then when you meditate with it, there's what I would say, you don't want to fall asleep. You want to wake up refreshed, but you don't want to wake up going, oh. So I would say a hybrid is really good to start with the meditation and understand that if you are used to electronic is different than when you smoke a joint like this. When you smoke a joint like this, it might be 2 puffs, it might be 4 puffs. So you got to understand with every weed and every, hybrid, what works with you and what doesn't. A lot of times I pay more attention. God, if I would have done weed in high school, I could have done a whole lot better. So, anyway, we're talking about meditation. We're talking about making decisions. And I would say if you get that gut feeling, we're not talking, we're talking where you're suddenly, when you first fall in love, you don't care to eat and you just want to text them and talk to them and you think they're the greatest things. That's different. When you get that feeling like you've been talking and texting for 2 months and they want to move themselves and their 3 kids in, that's a big red light. Like my daddy said, uh-uh. Yeah. Oh, it didn't work for my dad. Same thing happened to what happened was his girlfriend, where they were living, they upped the rent substantially. And even for the 80s, my dad was like, "Oh, you come live with me." Oh, yay. There was nothing like sharing a room with Shelly, who, good Lord, God did not give her brains nor looks. But good Lord, I remember one time she tried to, bully me. And being that I was a whole lot, had a whole lot fun playing games with her. Oh yeah, she was fun. She reminded me of Fairly Parents, the older sister. Oh yeah. And she'd make fun of my name. And I knew all kinds of different swear words in Polish, and I would call her that. I would call her something, oh, my sweet Baduka or something like that, which means my, like saying you're an ass. For years, she dated a Polak and found out that for years her stepsister was calling her an asshole. Oh, yeah. Now that's the game I like to play. Oh, yeah. Well, I know my ex sister in law don't want to talk to me because you see, Steffi found out certain Spanish words mean certain things. So if you go up and talk to somebody and call them a puta, it's not a good thing. That means pretty. Oh, did I have fun with that one too? She had talked to me for 2 months. I wish I would have done it sooner. God dang, it would have made Christmas so much easier. But before you play practical jokes like me, I have been meditating and not doing them. Not because I think some of them just were not too useful at the time. It's different when you're close to people and you can pull certain jokes. There's certain feelings about that. But when you don't aren't really close to certain people, fart jokes that used to be great 20 years ago, they're kind of like, if you do it to yourself, it's fine. But if you put it in a cart, no, I don't think so. But I think I'm going to have my son record me farting around Pahrump. So if you see me walking around, let me check my where my stuff's at. Oh yeah, here's my fun stuff. Oh, my son said I never grew up. Yeah, I know. If you see me walking around, I might be having this. You might be, yeah. Anyone who wants to, like, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a thing where they can give money and somebody will have me fart and you can say where you want me to fart. We'll have a live stream with just showing me farting around. You gotta tell me where. Oh, should I fart in the meat? Should I go over to Walmart and wear something really weird and fart around? Boy, oh boy. They probably look. Now we can't let you in. You were farting around. So that's what's going to be coming on. I'm going to try to get it where people want me to earn some money with my fart thing. I figure, let me be the gas of little jokes. For my live, I will be doing the fart machine live on my phone when I pay my phone bill. And that's what I'll be doing. That's right. I figure I'm not going to make anyone feel like they're farting around. Yeah, it was funny at that time, but I did tell the old lady, your husband didn't fart and you need to put that purse down. And I know you got to be Polish. Really? I don't know what it is. My grandma had 2 purses. She was Polish. Good Lord. I love that woman. She gave me that look that my daughter gives me. One day I got in an argument with her. She gave me the silent treatment. And I said, oh shit, now I know how my grandpa felt. I had my grandma. She got reborn. Damn it. Oh, she's exactly like my grandma. Does the doodling too. My grandma was a big doodler. She'd be talking on the phone, and then she'd be writing her stuff in shorthand. Don't worry. My grandma said the day that I asked her what was written in shorthand, that's all right. I meditated. Tell you, meditation works. You're thinking of a problem with song? My dad would be doing his ham radio in between working, whatever he was working on. And he'd go, I got it. And suddenly he'd be writing furiously for 3 to 4 hours right where he was doing his ham radio. And that's how he found one of my other godfathers over in Brazil. He was a ham radio operator. He was, you want to see what he gave me? Let me show you. It's not real. It's not real. I've had this since I was young. I used to put, fake flowers in it and stuff. But that came from my other godfather. So yeah, he was, I guess you could say, he never worked a day in his life. His family owned a big farm and they shipped throughout the world with their goods, along with Brazilian nuts and stuff we used to get every Christmas. Yippers. So yeah, you see me out farting around, you can go live and you can pay me to fart around anywhere in Pahrump. That means fart. I'm not to take my clothes off, no nudity, just farting, being weird, going into a restaurant, farting. Why not? I haven't been out to eat in forever, and I've been just dying for some of my hun, Hune, or whom, whatever. It's Chinese, and god dang, I haven't had it in forever. I had it. The Chinese food. I want to get blurbly. I haven't had it though. I've been eating my food that I had in the freezer and said, use that up. So anyway, when I pay my phone bill, we are going to do a live. And yes, I do have it where I can get money. I do not put that down here all the time because I feel that if I'm doing something, I really should be in public, making myself fart around. Oh, and we do have two different, I would say, no, three. I go over a Java Junkie. I like them. I got a sticker, so I save a little extra, and I get a punch card. Or Starbucks, of course. And when my friend was here, we did Starbucks. We like to hang out there, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I figure when I pay my phone, guess what? Let the farting begin. That's no lie. Let the farting begin. You guys, I do have an account that you can put money in. Soon, if I keep this up, I can pay off my other account. That's my next step, is to pay the account that will help me out more profitably. But for now, I do have two different payments. I found out the second one, you had to have the credit card or the card that goes with it. So I have two different payments, and soon to have the other payment that I will have to pay. I think it's $800, but I'll find out when I call them when I have the money. Okay, so I meditated on this because I think if you're going to take something like this and put it near other people, and in some cultures, the embarrassment, especially if you did it for certain Oriental people, they, especially the older ones, would get very pissed off at you. Trust me on this one. I didn't do it, but boy, I heard that I just meditate. I think I'll do it to myself because I'm trying to figure out how am I going to bring more money to myself. You want me to fart next to that old lady? She won't smell it, but god dang, she's going to think that, my butt just blew up. Want me to say a certain line after I fart? Better pay me some money. I will say that line. Oh, I have no problem. No swear words. It's got to be funny. You could say, Yo quiero, Taco Bell. We can give them a little advertisement, all kinds of stuff. So I meditated, and that's my idea for myself. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to have a little extra. I like to pay off PayPal. I really would. That's my next one to pay off. So I was told pretty much to take care of the smaller bills. So to be honest, I think it would be great if I just put a certain portion for PayPal and pay off my smaller ones faster so I can be done with that. But yeah, so it's like anything. I remember when I was younger, my grandma would say, "All right, Steph, we're going to go and meditate." Now, a lot of times she would just take a quick nap, a couple hour nap. And she said, "You're so good at meditating." And I'd go, well, she'd open up the windows and you'd hear the birds singing. You'd feel the wind moving around. It was nice. It was a perfect time. My grandmother would pick out. You would smell the rose bushes. Everything just was like a great, spa experience. To be honest, that would be comparable to a spa experience, laying on my grandma's bed next to my grandma and meditating, and my grandma telling me, okay, now imagine this. And then we both meditate. A lot of times I would just listen to keep my eyes closed and listen to what was going around. Even though I wasn't really tired, I feel like I was re-energizing myself. And then I'd wake up with my grandma and we would finish off the day. And that's how I usually did that. I was one of those kids, if you said, "Oh, yeah, Steffi, let's see, Now, I loved my great grandmother, but her stories were long and they were what I call three-part miniseries. Oh, yeah, I call them a three-parter because she would get tired and you wait the next day before you finish up the story that she was telling you. So a lot of times I would go, God dang it, just let me meditate and get the idea of what she was talking about. And a lot of times, um, it wasn't that her English was bad, it's just she didn't know the different names. So she would call them, trolls were actually called different in German, but they were about the same. And she would talk about how they were and what you don't want to cross. And I go, where? She goes, oh, in the Black Forest. We used to have to hunt there. I'm like, Jesus. Oh, well, let's go to the Black Forest. The Green Forest is not doing so good, so we better go to the Black one. No one goes in there, and you can just get some of the biggest darn chickens there. So my family on my German side, on my father's side, would go to the Black Forest. And I was told before they would go, they would meditate. If they got a bad feeling, they wouldn't go. And that's how it always went. Now, my great grandfather, being the smart ass, said, you don't need to meditate, went out, took the boys, not my grandparents. It would be like he went with his father, and they came across the black boar with red eyes. That's what my grandmother said about it. And I would say, wow. Can you imagine? You see something as big as like a VW bug, but it just doesn't look right. It's not that you're thinking how many dinners you're going to get out of that bar. You're thinking how you're going to get out and not become his dinner. They obviously survived. And, that's how I got here. My mom's got the French and Scottish. It's both sides of my family. We joke about this. A coworker, I told them that both sides of my family have Swedish because I'm close to 25% Swedish. It's on both sides of my family. Oh, I wouldn't mind living in Swede. Swede, be a Swede. Yeah. But anyway, I'm here and I hope everyone has enjoyed this and talking about meditation, grounding yourself. I would suggest the way things are going around here, ground yourself every day. Really. This was right in my car, right in the little thing, and the only thing I seen, just this. I was lucky I had a lanyard. I should have used the darn thing and went like this. That would have been okay. But after a while, sometimes it just having a hang on your neck is just like, because then I got my other lanyard. So, I learned my lesson. I just wear my lanyard. All right. So, if you're ever wondering about meditation, I have two here. The next time I do talk about meditation, there'll be two others in which I do use. I just don't want to put like six or eight down. I want to give you a good medium point. If you want to pick something else, that's your deal. Have fun, enjoy your meditation. It should energize you and make you feel less fuzzy. That's what I feel. Sometimes you're around people who are like vampires, and they are the ones that suck you dry. The people you want to be around are the people who energize you, make you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, then you put that out too. But just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you have to ruin everyone else's. Doesn't mean that you know something about someone at work and you go and tell somebody else and you think that's funny. No. Spreading rumors or saying people's personal life is not how you gain friendships. But there's people who do that. And that's why I say to people, unless you really know them, do not be sharing any information that they really do not need to know. And that is the thought of the day. I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. And I will see you tomorrow at 7.